Hello, welcome to the James Cooley Show. It's your life. I'm your host, Dr. James J.C. Cooley. And wow, we got an absolutely fantastic show coming your way. We're going to be talking about things out there so dear to my heart and so dear to many others. I know the president just spent time over in Africa building and promoting unity, justice, and partners to work together, because I believe that we all have to work together in order to make this world a better place, and also recognize others regardless of their race, creed, color, origin, religion. And we all got to come together and be one. So I'm excited to have this absolutely fantastic guest back on today's show, and he's a very good friend of mine, and he's going to enhance us with a lot of knowledge that's going on over in this country. But before we do that, how you doing, Dr. Michelle Cooley? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. You know, he's a returning guest. He's been on the show multiple times, and he always has a lot of educational information to present to the audience. So we're excited to have him back.
Wow. You know, and I tell you, whichever platform that you are watching us on, whether it's E360 TV, Transfer TV, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and over 6 to 8 live platforms, welcome to the show. And if you want to be part of this conversation once we get started, all you have to do is just go to the platform, the comments on the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any question that you might have, and I promise you we'll get you an answer. But Michelle, can you do the honors by introducing this absolutely fantastic guest, title of the show, and everything that goes with this?
Yes, the title of today's show is called Promoting Equity and Justice through Enhanced Public Awareness Action in the USA and Sierra Leone. And we're having a sit-down conversation with Dr. Samuel H. Pieh. He's an educator, author, developer of public health community projects, and volunteer instructor, member of the U.S. Foreign Services. He's going to talk about the cultural and historical influences in Sierra Leone, fostering appreciation and functional partnerships between the USA and the Sierra Leone in education, health, and public health, enhancing sports, youth activities, radio broadcasts, and self-help initiatives that enrich lives and pursue professional talent and resources to create a follow-up to the Amistad story. So, Dr. Samuel Pieh, he's a recent graduate of the Trinity International University of Ambassadors with an honorary doctorate and lifetime Achievement Award certificate from President Biden's White House in June 2024. He was born and raised in Sierra Leone until his graduation from high school, the Albert Academy, a school built by American missionaries in 1905. You know, Sammy and his wife, Clara Pieh, relocated in Sierra Leone in a son in 1980 to help support his parents who had served the American missionary churches and institutions for decades and needed some support in their retired condition. They're now located in Memphis, Tennessee, and served diligently until 2005, where they decided to return to Africa and the Caribbean, serve the Peace Corps, Department of Defense, and Department of State in Tanzania, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and so many more. So let's talk about this amazing guest today, Dr. Cooley.
Wow. I guess he's having technical difficult from his end, but he's doing a lot of great things in the United States and in support of enhancing lives and also making things better for his people over in Sierra Leone. And he is working with a lot of the universities here to ensure that there's openings and partnerships for education. I believe that is so important that we have that, partnerships with other countries and with the aim of educating, enhancing, and making things better. Dr. Sammy is doing all of those things with partners around the world and bringing awareness to promoting equity and justice through enhanced public awareness. And that requires a lot of work to do. That requires a lot of planning, but it also requires partnerships with, just like I mentioned, university, high schools, colleges, state and government, and that believe that we all are created equal and that we all have purpose here. And so that's some of the things that he is doing to enhance that. Michelle, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh man, that's great. You know, when people can give back and, see that there are other countries that do need assistance in a lot of different areas, whether education, health, and there's just so much going on. And as we said, our guest is having technical difficulties, so we may need to veer away from this specific topic. But like I said, he's been a guest on the show multiple times, and he's a descendant. If you haven't seen that movie Amistad, he's a descendant from the main characters within that movie. But let's talk about, until he can get his technical difficulties straightened out, let's talk about giving back. I mean, we should always, be cognizant of the plight of others, whether in our own country or outside. So we're here during the holiday season, and I guess, Dr. Cooley, let's talk about, things that are going on within the United States of America, since we're not privileged to understand what's going on outside our country. But can you let's start talking about holidays? Why is it so important to remember those less fortunate, not just during the holiday season, but all year around? Can you want to start on that?
Yeah, I mean, I believe just like right now, we just had the Thanksgiving holidays, we got Christmas and New Year's coming up. It is so important that for me, I tell you, it's not all about the gifts or those things, but it's all about just sharing, letting others know that you love, and it doesn't require a gift, and everybody start panicking during this time because first of all, right now we have a situation with a money shortage. Certain things are happening now at the cost of food and etc., of which drives many to think, especially if you got young kids, how am I going to make this a Merry Christmas this year? And what I believe, Michelle, is that it's all about love. It's all about just showing and caring. When I was coming up, my mom had 10 kids, and she was not able to go out and buy all of us gifts or anything like that. But the thing about the holidays, especially Christmas times, when you show love, you show that you care and you're willing to bring others in if you are unfortunate yourself. But if you are fortunate to have, it's all about giving back, you know, walking down the street or etc. Giving. Me, I have done this many times during Christmas time. Give $20 here, $20. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's so important to show others that you love them. It's not all about the gifts, but you want to bring happiness to one's face. What are your thoughts, Michelle?
Oh, most definitely. Sometimes, like, I'll give you a perfect example. I've been a part of, let's say you're in the supermarket, or it could be any store where, you have a person in front of you who's not able to finish paying for their goods. I've seen people offer to pay, or, be the receiving end or the giver end. And that is just so important. It's so important, not just because of that. It's like people need to realize there are people who are hurting out there. There are people who are hurting out there. It doesn't matter what their financial status is. They could be, rich, poor. It doesn't matter. People are hurting out there. And I think one of the most wonderful gifts you can give to others is your time and your ear to listen, maybe not to solve their problems, but just to be there as a sounding board to hear what they have to say about what's going on in their lives. And even if you can't identify it, sometimes people, strangers, just want to talk and unload it off their chest. So it's definitely important. The holiday season is it's a beautiful reminder of just the love that people have towards each other, and the love that that's given back. Life is short. You never know when your time is over. Not to be a downer, but when you're at the end of your life, you can honestly say, I cared about people and I gave back to others. And I think Dr. Pieh, well, I thought he was there, but I guess he's not. Samuel, can you hear me? Okay, well, I think he's still having technical difficulties, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to talk about what it means, and Christmas is next week. So we're going to talk about what it really means, what the holiday season really means. And I think we're getting ready to come to a break. What do you think, Dr. Cooley?
Well, we're going to take a station break right now, but yeah, we're going to come back. I see that Sammy is having major problems with his computer. Sammy, if you can hear us, all you have to do is just go to your phone or whatever and turn and give permission to the camera and the audio. You should not be having these type of problems. But Michelle, we're going to take a station break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about Christmas. We're going to talk about a lot of other things, and hopefully Dr. Samuel will get his technical difficulties right, so we can bring him on the show. But I tell you what, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is go to the platform that you're watching us on, ask any question that you might have. I promise you we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Really get a chance to know who you are. And once you know who you are, you truly know who you are, love who you are. Love who you are. You're a masterpiece. Love who you are. Love who you were born to be. Love me some me. That's what I'm talking about. When you leave high school, you gotta know today or tomorrow, hopefully today, what your plans are. Hopefully, there is no bad decision unless there is no plan. Create, collaborate, commit with confidence. Commit with what? Commit with what? In everything that you do.
We live in a world today that people don't even care about how people see them. Don't realize that we can affect an entire generation and build our character. But you gotta do it with these 4 C's. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. It's the 4 C's. It's the 4 C's. In this life you are gonna grow, but there's things in this world that you gotta know. To be the best that you can be, you wanna grow real big into a strong tree. To be who you were created to be, the one who's gonna leave a legacy is you. But you got to have these 4 C's. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. Create, collaborate, then you commit with confidence. It's the 4 C's. It's the 4 C's.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life. That's right.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and I tell you, Michelle, it's Christmas time, and it's one person I have a major time shopping for, and I want some tips from you. Yeah, I'm talking about for this person. A young lady. Kind of short. Yeah, I don't know what to get for her. And I guess when we talk about gift giving, we plan, we already know for most other people, we're gonna get them a gift card or some money or something like that. But this young lady is not going to accept that. What are some recommendations that you have about gift giving?
You know what? I just thought of something just now. Let me tell you why. Regarding, a person that you want to give this to. It could be anybody. First of all, I just got notification that one of our favorite guests, Terry Sue Parker, will be on the show this Thursday. So we're excited about that. Good Samaritan Food Pantry. Yeah. So she will be. So she is going to be on the show this Thursday. Just found that out. But, when I got notification that she's going to be a guest on the show, I thought about there's so many organizations that need our help. And me and you, we watch a commercial that comes on barely daily, James, with those children. What I'm saying is, I think one of the best gifts, well, first of all, let me tell you one of the best gifts you ever gave me. It's a 4-legged dog with floppy ears named Bella. That's the best Christmas gift you ever gave me. But I would say that what touches my heart, that the best gift, that you can give me or anyone, is a donation to a charity in our name or my name. And you kind of know exactly where my head is at and what type of
No,
charity.
I understand where you're at, and we already donate to charities, but
But you
I
know what I
I
mean.
wasn't talking about you, by the way.
Well, I'm just saying if you were talking
Yeah,
about somebody,
I was just saying that when it comes to giving gifts, it's just difficult for some um, to uh, provide gifts for. And gift, as you already know, I really don't care about no gifts, no Christmas gifts or none of that stuff. It's not major to me.
Mm-hmm.
But for others, like the kids, the grandkids, others, it's easy. We can just easily uh, provide a gift card or something. Uh, but case in point, if I wanted to give you a gift, um, not saying that I want to, but what would
Mm-hmm.
that be?
Well, you know me like a book. So, you know what the best gift is?
What's that?
Is when you think really hard about what I would really want, what touches my heart. And you did that over 15 years ago when you gave me the best gift ever, a black lab named Bella, because you knew I was raised with dogs. I love pets.
Mm,
And you knew that would be just an amazing gift for me.
amazing gift.
And you know what?
Hey, Michelle, I see Samuel here.
Mhm.
Let's see if it's working this time.
Sure.
How you doing, Samuel?
Doing fine, thank you. I like
Oh,
that special. Yeah.
yeah. So I know you had some technical difficulties there, but
Yeah.
I really want to. So we were talking about Christmas and things that you're doing uh, for your country and the program that you have. Those are Christmas gifts in return. I think you were in Florida at the time, right? At this time,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So let's change the subject and let's get back on topic to what we're talking about. We're talking about promoting equity, justice through enhanced public awareness and actions in the United States and Sierra Leone. Um, when you came up with that title, what did you want our viewers and our listeners to get from that?
Well, I just hope that our listeners will really reflect on their own lives. That if there is no equity in access to education, access to healthcare, access to housing, access to economic empowerment, then you're not going to be able to fulfill your life as God intended for you to be. I tell my class when I teach classes in anatomy and physiology that the heart is related to the lungs is related to the arteries, and the veins and the muscles, and it takes a comprehensive collaboration for any system to function effectively. And that's what we really need to try to teach from kindergarten up to university level. Do you believe in your culture? Do you believe in your history? How does your culture and your history impact your overall life? How does the story or the experience of the Amistad Africans affect the overall condition of African people everywhere in the world?
Hey, Samuel.
And until we really understand the dynamic, yeah.
Hey, since you mentioned Amistad, for the our viewers and listeners that don't know what that is, and and they don't even know, because we haven't gotten into that you are descendants of one of the crew members on Amistad. Can you give them a quick overview of what that is, what it means, and what challenges that the United States and Sierra Leone, with free people being enslaved again. Can you give our viewers and our listeners a quick synopsis of what that is?
Yeah, human beings have a tendency to have exploitative ideas, to exploit other people for their own good, to harvest the culture, the talents of other people for their own benefit. Well, if you just do it a one-way street, then you're not going to make an impact that is significant and sustainable. I think slavery, which every European during the Berlin conference, they decided, let's split Africa into various areas. Okay, Berlin, Germany, you take this part, US, you take this part, UK, you take, they distributed that country into small segments of administrative units, which really, just like I said, in anatomy and physiology, your body, if they remove the lungs, if they remove the heart, the body is not going to stay functional. But what they did to Africa was so great and gross. But yet still, there were some good people in Connecticut and other parts of the United States, and President Quincy Adams, who decided to come to the defense of the Amistad Africans, who were stolen from Africa, sold into slavery, and then taken to Cuba to do agricultural development work. And fortunately, a lot of people were convinced that it was wrong. So Americans, again, certain groups supported the Amistad Africans to return to Sierra Leone in 1842. And they opened schools, they opened health centers, they opened churches, they opened technical institutions. So for me, when I look at that, when I reflect on that, how my own dad, who is the grandson of Pieh, how he was able to provide for 7 of us, our mother and our 2 sisters. It's a miracle, but it was doable. He was able to do it because he was a committed Christian and he believed in the act of God. And there were some missionaries who had worked with him, who saw his talents, who even welcomed me to come and stay with one of them, Dr. and Mrs. Charles Leader in Indiana. That's how I came to the United States to study. And out of that, a lot of things have happened, Dr. Cooley. I've been able to marry a lady from Mississippi, Itabina, Mississippi. We've had 3 children, and we have included my own son. So we have 4 sons, which we are taking care of. And we have 9 grandchildren. It's a lesson I have learned in life, and I just want to share that with diverse group of people, that Americans, they are good Americans, they are good Africans all over the world, but until we harvest the synergy amongst us, we are not going to make a significant positive impact on society as a whole.
Wow. That's definitely a statement to
Hey, Michelle,
ponder.
hold your question. We got to take a station break. And we got Sammy here, and then we're going to get back. We're going to delve off into today's topic. I know we're probably almost 2 segments behind, but we're going to catch up. And it's if you want to be part of this conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching this on, ask any question that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
Yeah. Dr. James J.C. Cooley. The James Cooley Show. It's your life. Yeah.
Noah Dingley here, producer of The James Cooley Show, It's Your Life. And the new audio version of James' book, Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet, is a must-have. James shares his true life story of struggle and success in America. It's both a cautionary tale and a roadmap to achieving the American dream. Get the new audio version of Country Boy, City Boy, A Journey That Ain't Over Yet by James Cooley on Amazon.com or wherever audiobooks are sold.
A stands for attitude, commitment, and enthusiasm. Let's talk about the A, attitude. A lot of times we are confronted with things or in situations, and we often react because we're not, for one thing, walking around with the right attitude where we get an opportunity to think. Attitude will make or break you. Most of the time, the first thing, depending on where you're at with your attitude, you want to react. You want to hit. You want to say something. You want to do the first thing that come to your mind. We all have this split second where we can think about it. Somebody bump into you or said something, we can think about it. I need to dream big, think big, and be big. Be big is not in statue. It's in heart and it's in mind. You don't always have to react when you're confronted with a negative situation. Let me talk about the C in ACE. The C stands for commitment. What does the C stand for? What does the C stand for? In order to be committed to anything, you must be committed to yourself. And what I mean by committed to yourself, you must be committed to you telling the truth, you being honest with yourself, regardless what it is. Enthusiasm, just like I mentioned to you, is being excited. Just being excited just because you was able to wake up this morning. I mean, I'm excited. I woke up, the good Lord gave me another day. I'm happy. That's what I'm happy about it, and I'm gonna walk around. I cannot be walking around mad at the world or pissed off about something or mommy wouldn't let me do that, daddy say they did all these things. I'm just so, come on, put that energy toward a positive thing. Just like Michelle Obama said, when they swing low, you what? Attitude, commitment, and enthusiasm. Thank you so much.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and we got this absolutely fantastic guest. We got Dr. Sanya Pierce that's giving us some insight, and we're talking about Sierra Leone. We're talking about Amistad, and we're talking about enhancing education through partnerships to enhance education for all. and to also create avenues and adventures to potentially bring students from Africa here, send some of our students there uh, to see what the world is really like, and to see that we all can work together, even though we might not be thinking the same way. And so, Dr. Samuels, as I mentioned, is doing so many great things. He's teaching, he's a mentor, a community leader, and he got a heart of gold. So, and I'm just so happy to call him my friend. So Dr. Samuel, I want to pick it up from where we left off. And I know Michelle was getting ready to ask a question. And Michelle, do you have that question that you can ask?
Oh, yes, most definitely. So, Dr. Samuel, so what are the most impactful areas of collaboration between the United States and Sierra Leone in education, and how can these partnerships be further strengthened?
Almost 90% of the educational institutions in Sierra Leone were established by Christian missionaries from America and the UK. And I would say 90% of the leaders of Sierra Leone obtained their education in this school from these schools. But there has to be a deliberate effort. Just like, I don't know whether you've shown the Smithsonian video with Debbie Allen, who said she went to Howard University, but she never heard about Amistad, the Amistad story. Nobody ever spoke to her, nobody ever taught her. And the same thing with Sierra Leone. There are very few Sierra Leoneans who were taught, who went to mission schools, American mission schools, including myself, until when I came to live with this missionary who had lived in Sierra Leone for 20 years, Dr. and Mrs. Charles Leader. And by the grace of God, I was present in Connecticut when the president, who was a coup leader in Sierra Leone, was brought to the US to open the Pieh bus in front of the City Hall in New Haven, Connecticut. This was in 1987, 88, something like that. And it's amazing. We have not shared the story and our history with our children. It's only recently that we have started doing DNA tests to find out our linkages. But believe me, we are all created in the image of God. We have limitlessness of the human being and the spirit. We can do anything because of our knowledge, our attitude, and our actions. We can make a change.
Wow. Hey, I want to show this video now, just to give our viewers and listeners a little bit more understanding of Sierra Leone. Here we go.
Thank you, Doctor.
So man in the affairs of goalkeeping, upload the defensive line. Arnold Blackie, John Sam, number 4, J. Amara, number 10, of course. Supporting number 16, the center forward is King Solomon Ernst. 11 is Abdullah Kamel. One of the deadliest guys you can ever have. And for the sub for we have Musa Dua. And that is that. Right. We are going to every kickoff made there by our Tuga scooter. That's Peter Yamasu. As you can see him coming from the far east towards the players at the center. Rocking in the page of course is Mr. Bangura at the top of our Tuga scooter, Peter Yamasu. Thank you very much for that wonderful kickoff. From number 15 will be played by John Kayenge, assisted by his brother John J. Kayenge. Number 17 Bashir Coleman Benzema. 18 Ali John Baby. All right, I shall see about to see the kick round of first. It has just started.
Yeah. So, but it was another video that you had did a while back. I wish we could have loaded that one up, and and gave our viewers and listeners a better understanding of Amistad, Sierra Leone, and just the history of what that did, to enslave free men that was already freed. And I guess, I don't know if it was by accident or whatever, or rude or purity. Can you talk about that a little bit? How did that have an effect on your great-great-grandfather and others, and the country of Sierra Leone as well?
Sierra Leone is one of the countries that benefited so much from America and the United States, United Kingdom. And believe me, a lot of leaders over the last 30, 50 years happen to be the products of institutions that were created by either the missionaries from America or British origin. For example, the current chairman of the African Studies and History Department at Forabe College, the University of Sierra Leone, which was the first institution of higher learning in West Africa. They trained people, and those people were sent to as far as Nigeria, Ghana, and other parts of West Africa to promote education and to initiate educational processes and to train teachers and preachers and other civic leaders. Definitely, like I said earlier, there are good people, there are bad people. And basically, if we understand that culture and history are so intertwined, if we can just learn the history and our culture and to understand how did we get here? What did God do for any of us, each of us? How did we come into this world? What are the promises of the faith gospel? We all believe in Adam, whether you are Muslim or Christian. Abraham plays a very important role, but yet you have all these revolutionary groups and all those democratic groups. We all believe that we are descendants of Abraham, but yet still we have not espoused the fundamental characteristics that will create a better world of peace and harmony and equity and justice for everybody else. So this particular video you showed is a soccer field, and the current paramount chief, Peter Yambasu, did the kickoff. You can see how rugged the field is. I would like to take some Americans to go see that field. I'd like to take some Americans to go spend maybe 5 to 10 days in Sierra Leone and visit Tayama and see which the largest United Methodist EUB church in Sierra Leone was built there. And we have a health center, we have a high school, and there's a university for agriculture, which is just about 10 miles from Tayama. But we have not been able to produce basic agricultural needs for that community. But I have some examples of good stewards, like Francis Mustafa of Medina, Tom and Francis Mustafa and Bobby, best elementary schools in Medina. And I sent that pictures, videos of those I visited this summer, last month. Dr. and Mrs. Tom Lewis, Dr. Kathy Sanza, they've opened the best eye hospital in Serabu. I mean, people come from all over West Africa for treatment. So there are examples of people. Even Dr. Michael Pieh, my younger brother, has opened eye health clinic in Freetown, and he has carried medical mission trips to Sierra Leone. We need those types of exchanges.
We need hold that thought. We got to take a station break. Hold that thought, Sam. We're going to take a station break. We're going to come back. We're going to pick it up. We're going to continue this great conversation with Dr. Sammy Pierce. And I tell you what, if you want to be part of the conversation, all you have to do is just go to the platform that you're watching us on. Ask any questions that you might have. I promise you, we'll get you an answer. It's your life, and we'll see you shortly after the break.
The James Cooley Show. It's your life.
Hello, I'm Dr. James J.C. Cooley from the United States of America, and I am here to just say, first of all, I'm so happy and honored to be honored to be in the Coffee Book 2023, Unified Brain Z and the other organizations. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be a part of this collection.
Number one, don't stop till the job is done. You know it starts with a try. Gotta win, gotta spread your wings, gotta fly. Lift up your head, don't stop till it's down with the bed. No matter how hard it seems, gotta keep on pressing, gotta keep that dream. Be the best you can be. Go get your victory. Throw your hands up in the sky, gotta be number one. When you win, and you will see that there's a story, man. Now follow the plan. You gotta raise up, be a leader, make a change. It's time for you now. Take a stand. Know that there is a life for you. Gotta keep on pushing, pressing, don't stop till you make it through. It's there that you will find that your light will shine, and the Lord's gonna help you. He will heal your troubled mind. Now that you got that uplift water, man, get that body moving, get it flowing. Now you understand, to be a winner and free, that's where you wanna be. Now you can be the change for your entire family.
Hello, welcome back to the James Cooley Show. It's your life, and we have having this conversation with Dr. Samuel, and we're talking about the partnerships. We're talking about a lot of things to bring people together, regardless. Just like I mentioned, regardless of your race, creed, color, origin, whichever country you are, and all that. As it is with the J.C. Cooley Foundation, it's all about love, not hate. It's no prejudice. We don't believe in none of that. Michelle and I can speak for myself, when we see people, we don't see color. I mean, of course, naturally, eyes see a person for their skin color, but the only time that myself, I can see someone, start chatting with him, and there is no color. There is no black, white, pink, gold, purple. That's just that person. Until they said something that, like, wow, okay, that bring me back to where I had to think about those things. And Michelle, I think that a lot of things that Dr. Samuel is doing is under that same philosophy where doesn't matter where you're from, it doesn't matter what lifestyle you're living, it doesn't matter about all those things. What matters is love, compassion, working together, second chances, giving people a chance to make a contribution to the world. What are your thoughts about that before I turn it back over to Dr. Sam? You're on mute, Michelle. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Let me get off of mute. So no, definitely it is about helping others and giving back. I mean, there's always, the reward at the end of the day in doing all that you can possibly do to help other countries or other people, other organizations thrive. And I see that's what Dr. Samuel is doing.
Yeah, Dr. Samuel is doing a whole lot. Hey, Dr. Samuel, what are your thoughts on that?
I share your thoughts. I agree with you because I have witnessed heart and kidney transplants between African Americans and European Americans. I have seen the diverse interactions among diverse group of people. In fact, I hope, maybe before either this year or next year, I would like for you to really invite Francis and Bobby Mustafa, Michael and Susan Pieh, Alioune Ba of Senegal, Kevin Missouri of Burundi, and Musa Kone of Cote d'Ivoire. I would like to really bring those 5 people on your show to show you, to demonstrate how diversity is not a frustration. Diversity and inclusion and equity will result to more advanced and sustainable life and living for amongst diverse group of people.
Hey, Samuel, I would love, you and I talk about this off the show, but I would love for you to do that. I would love to have them on. Of course, you already know what the process is in doing that, but absolutely, I want it. I mean, I want to. I'm always out expanding, and I want our viewers and our listeners to expand and to get an understanding of others everywhere. It doesn't matter where you're at in the world. I want to spread that on the James Cooley Show. Just like I said, we all work together. Like you, Sam, absolutely outstanding man, doing all these things and reaching out to others. Also, I would like to do this and get Sierra Leone involved onto my FOAS. We sent out our YouTube link and they watch the show onto my all over the world at the same time. Viewers and listeners, so people have an opportunity to see some of the great things that we are doing in the United States. Talking about you and I and others, and share with an open mind and get ideas, Samuel, from them on what we can do to help make that better. So when you get back, I would love to sit down and chat with you. I'm talking, well, we can talk. After your vacation, you get back. Let's communicate. Let's make this happen, and let's set these things up, and let's get the folks over in Africa involved and watching. And if we all come together, not just that, but the folks in the United States, we all come together as one. We can make anything happen. What are your thoughts on this, Sam?
Definitely. Let's work on that. Let that be our primary focus for the new year, for sure. By the first month, 2025, let's strategically agree on some specific actions. And
Let's
that
do
would be
that.
one.
Let's do that.
Okay.
And you got me excited, Sammy.
Hey,
Uh,
God,
you got me excited about that. So Sammy, what are some of the takeaways that you want our viewers and our listeners to get from this conversation?
takeaway: faith, knowledge, attitude, and actions for our collective good. I would like to encourage all listeners to really look at what is their faith? What do they believe in? How much have they learned, either by going to school or by visiting relatives or friends or going on vacation? What did they learn? What knowledge do they have? And how is their attitude towards what their faith is and their knowledge that motivates them or could motivate them to do actions for our collective good? Because I believe that there's limitlessness of the human being and spirit. You know, the human being and the spirit of God in us is limitless. And I pray for God's will for me to stay alive and be the best servant leader in the global community, as well as everybody else who's listening to this show. And I know and believe that no one is alone. Collaboration at home and abroad is best for each of us. And I also strongly believe that we need each other and we must be committed to serve each other. Like your fingers, these fingers, they are not the same, but believe me, when they come together, they'll make a big hit.
They will make a great difference. Michelle, closing thoughts. We got about 2 minutes left in the show. What are your thoughts?
Closing thoughts, give back, see who you can help and assist, and there's life outside your community.
My closing thoughts, and Dr. Samuel, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show to share all of these thoughts and ideas. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you. Michelle, of course, you're the greatest, not just because you're my wife, and I had to call you, and our viewers and listeners, she made me call her Dr. Cooley.
No, I didn't.
But I don't have a problem in doing that.
I don't do that.
No, I'm just joking. She don't. She's the greatest. And our viewers and listeners out there, you are absolutely fantastic. You know that we could not grow. We could not be where we at without you. So we want you to continue to watch. We are expanding. I'm not going to let out a secret right now, but I probably will next week to let you know that we are expanding the James Cooley Show It's Your Life to other territories. Just waiting on that answer. But I'm excited. Michelle, are you excited?
Yes, I am. Looking forward
Sammy,
to it.
I can't share it with you right now, Sammy. Right now, but we expanding a little bit. But my closing message to you all is that it's Christmas time. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. I want you to be safe out there. I want you to have an open mind and heart about love and compassion. I want you to just do something good today, tomorrow, next day to bring a smile to someone's face. But in doing this, I want everybody out there to always dream big, think big, and be big at everything you do. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. It's your life, and we'll see you then.